Welcome, everyone, to English Unlocked, your go-to podcast for boosting your English skills. I'm your host, and today we've got a fantastic episode especially for our beginner learners, those at A1 and A2 levels. We're diving deep into 100 common questions and answers you'll definitely encounter in everyday English conversations. The goal isn't just to memorize, but to understand and use them confidently. And joining me today to help us navigate these linguistic waters is our wonderful language expert. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here. You know, these common questions are the building blocks of communication, and mastering them is such a huge step for anyone learning English. It gives you that initial confidence, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's all about building that foundation. So let's jump right in. We'll start with the absolute basics, questions you'll hear when you first meet someone. Speaker 2, what's the very first question people usually ask when they introduce themselves?
The classic. It has to be, what's your name, right? It's simple, direct, and essential. And the simplest way to answer, of course, is, my name is your name. So I'd say, my name is Sarah. Or you can even shorten it and just say, I'm Sarah. It's quick, it's natural, and a great tip is, after you answer, always try to ask, and you? Or, what's yours? To keep the conversation going. It shows you're engaged.
That's a brilliant point. Turning the question back makes it a real conversation, not just an interrogation. Let's move on to the next one, also very common when you're meeting someone new. Where are you from? How do you typically respond to that, and what kind of follow-up can we expect?
Okay, so for where are you from, you'd usually say, I'm from your country city. For me, I'd say, I'm from London, England. And people might then ask, oh, really? What's it like there? Or is it a big city? So it's good to have a few simple adjectives ready to describe your hometown, like it's a beautiful city, or it's very busy, or it's quite historical. Keep it short and sweet, a beginner level.
Perfect. Those little descriptions really add flavor to your answers. Now, once you've introduced yourselves, it's polite to ask about well-being. So, how are you? Speaker 2, give us a few common and natural ways to answer this one, because there's more than just, I'm fine, thank you.
You're absolutely right. I'm fine, thank you is a bit formal for casual chats. More naturally, you could say, I'm good, thanks, or I'm doing well, and you? Sometimes, if you're not feeling fantastic, but also not terrible, I'm okay, or not bad, are really common. Again, remember to return the question. It's just polite, right?
Exactly. It makes the other person feel acknowledged. Another common question, especially when you're getting to know someone a bit more, is about what they do. So, what do you do? How do we tackle that one, especially for those who might be students or have specific jobs?
This is a great one. If you're a student, you'd say, I'm a student, and maybe add, I study your subject. For example, I'm a student. I study history. If you work, you'd say, your job title. So, I'm a teacher, or I work in marketing. You don't need to give your whole job description, just the title is enough. It's simple and informative.
Great. Keeping it concise is key, especially for beginners. Now, shifting gears slightly to personal preferences. People often ask, what's your favorite thing? Like, what's your favorite color, or what's your favorite food? How can we answer these sorts of questions smoothly?
These are fun questions. You just state your preference. My favorite color is blue. My favorite food is pasta. But to make it more engaging, try to add a tiny reason, even if it's just one word. My favorite color is blue because it's calming. Or, my favorite food is pasta. I love Italian food. It makes your answer more interesting and gives the other person something to react to.
That's a fantastic tip. Adding a because instantly elevates your English. Let's move on to questions about daily life and routines. A common one is, what are you doing? Or what did you do today? How do we distinguish between these and give appropriate answers?
Okay, so what are you doing is about right now, the present moment. You use the ing form. So I'm listening to a podcast, or I'm studying English. For what did you do today? That's about the past, so you need to use past tense verbs. I went to work, or I had lunch with a friend, or I read a book. Just a simple past tense action is perfect to start with.
That's a clear distinction. Very helpful. Speaking of the past, if someone asks, "How was your weekend?" how do you answer that without just saying, "Good"?
Ah, how was your weekend? Again, good is okay, but you can say, "It was great," or "It was relaxing." Then add one short detail. "It was great, I went hiking." Or, "It was relaxing, I stayed home and watched movies." Just a little bit of information makes it much more conversational.
Nice. Adding that little detail is key. Now, let's talk about practical on-the-go questions. Imagine you're in a shop or asking for directions. A really important one is, "Can you help me?" How would someone respond to that, or what do you say if you need help?
Okay, if you need help, simply say, "Excuse me, can you help me please?" Or, "Could you help me with this?" And if someone asks you, "Can you help me?" you'd say, "Yes, how can I help you?" Or, "Sure, what do you need?" If you can't help, "I'm sorry, I can't," or "I don't know" is perfectly fine. Don't be afraid to ask or to say you can't help.
Good advice. Confidence in asking and responding is crucial. Another practical question, what time is it? How do we answer that simply?
For "What time is it?" you can just say the numbers. It's 3 o'clock, or it's 3:15, or it's 3:15. For beginners, saying the numbers directly is absolutely fine. It's 10:45. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy indeed. And if you're shopping, you'll definitely need this one. How much is this?
Oh, this is essential for shopping. You ask, "How much is this?" Or, if you're pointing, "How much is this one?" The answer will be a number and a currency. So, it's $5, or it's 10 euros. Just listen for the number and the word for money, and you'll get it.
Simple and effective. Now, back to social interactions. What if someone asks about your family? Like, do you have any siblings?
For "Do you have any siblings?" you'd say, "Yes, I have one brother." Or, "No, I don't have any siblings." If you have more, "I have 2 sisters and 1 brother." Sometimes people follow up with, "Are they older or younger?" So you can say, "My brother is older," or "My sisters are younger." It's a nice way to share a little about your family.
Great. That gives a clear structure for answering. We've covered quite a range, from introductions to daily life and practical situations. What are some general tips you have for our listeners when they're practicing these questions and answers?
Such a great question. My top tip is don't be afraid to make mistakes. Seriously, everyone makes them, and it's how you learn. Second, try to expand your answers just a little bit, like we talked about with because, or adding a one small detail. It pushes you to use more English. Third, listen actively to the questions. Really try to catch the main verb and the topic so you can answer correctly.
Those are fantastic tips. And I'd add, try to practice these with a friend or even in front of a mirror. Just hearing yourself speak them aloud makes a huge difference. Repetition is really powerful here, isn't it?
Absolutely. And don't forget to ask those follow-up questions. And you? What about you? It makes the conversation flow naturally and shows you're not just waiting for the next question. It transforms a Q&A session into a genuine chat, which is the ultimate goal.
You're so right. It's about engagement, not just information exchange. Let's practice a few more quickly. Do you speak English? How would a beginner answer that if they're still learning?
The best way is, "Yes, a little," or "I speak a little English." You can also add, "I'm learning." It's honest and people appreciate the effort.
Perfect, clear and simple. How about, where is the bathroom? Super important, right?
Oh, absolutely crucial. You'd typically hear, "It's over there," with a gesture, or "It's down the hall on the left." Listen for those key direction words like left, right, straight ahead.
Excellent. And one last one for today. What's the weather like?
Easy peasy. It's sunny, it's raining, it's cold, or it's hot. Just a simple adjective to describe the current weather condition.
Fantastic. We've covered a lot of ground today, from introductions to practical questions, and some really valuable tips on how to make your answers more conversational. Remember, practice really does make perfect here. Keep listening, keep speaking, and don't be afraid to try out these phrases in your everyday life. The more you use them, the more natural they'll feel. Thank you so much for joining us today, Speaker 2.
It was my absolute pleasure. Keep practicing, everyone. You're doing great.
And thank you, our wonderful listeners, for tuning in to English Unlocked. We hope this episode helps you feel more confident in your English conversations. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep speaking English.